Okay, my iTunes is an absolute mess. I've got 24,904 songs.
You counted how many songs you have?
Well, no, iTunes counts it. It's right there.
iTunes counted how many songs you have.
Yes, and it said you have too many. Just from being a frequent Twitterer, the fine folks at TuneUp gave me some software to use that is going to clean it up, apparently.
What does TuneUp do?
What TuneUp does is it takes your iTunes where you have the messed up track names and so on and so forth, and basically checks them with CDDB, the database,
Okay.
and sorts out the proper track names, so on and so forth. When you start,
There's the big brain.
there's a little brain button in the corner here.
Yes.
It will actually analyze to see how clean your music library is. Now, it takes a little bit of time, so I'm not gonna do it now.
A little bit of time meaning?
It takes about 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
And then it just goes through your whole library and determines how clean or dirty it is.
So you can start the analyzing, go for a walk,
Right.
and then come back and check after.
You know, I did a few tests before we started filming. It was hit and miss with some of the things, but here we'll just try a couple. These are just like 04 blah 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 blah. No artist, nothing. So I'm gonna grab this, which I know is Daft Punk. Oddly enough, I have the album cover, but not the song name. So let's just try this out.
So what do you do?
So what I do is I drag it into the clean icon over here,
Okay.
and it's gonna look it up.
It could take as many as 6 seconds.
So there it is, it found it.
Okay.
It's from Discovery, and all I need to do is click save.
It also says when the album came out and what it's classified as.
Exactly, which is really helpful. If you have a mess of an iTunes library like I have, then this is a godsend.
Well, why don't you choose one that you don't know?
Okay, let's try this one. This is in some language I don't understand with the brackets live and propaganda.
Okay.
So let's see if it can find this. I will be
So-
amazed if it can find this.
Shows processing.
It gives me some sort of Russian album, which, you know, probably sounds about right. And then, so if I'm not sure, what I can do is I can actually play it right from here and just check to see if what it thinks is right. And you know what, I'm going to go with that because sometimes I have music where I don't know where it came from.
That sounds Russian to me.
It sounds
like Russian house to me. Let's try something else. This is neat.
And then, of course, it finds the album cover too. It will automatically stick it in, which is really cool. We'll do one more that just simply says track 1.
Sure.
I don't know what this is, but it says it is the Album Network In-Store Edition. What the hell is that? Ah, see this? We caught them. This is the Sneaker Pimps, right?
It is. It is 6 Underground.
So there you go. Not 100% of the time, but as long as you're kind of watching what you're doing, I think it's pretty handy. Okay, here's another one. This is 065 Food, which I think is $1.65, but I couldn't find that one. So it's not going to find everything. It does a pretty good job, and I think what it's limited by is actually CDDB, not the actual. With my iTunes, I gave it a real challenge.
What's more interesting to me is the other features that are at the top.
So I'm going to pick a different album, one I know, which is the Stone Roses. So the first time around when I installed TuneUp, I ran it through the library. This was, of course, before they've come out with a recent version, which I understand they did actually fix a few things. One of the glitches is the Stone Roses, which had a correct album cover, ended up getting this one, which is clearly not the Stone Roses.
But it's pretty awesome. Stone's Throw.
What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to try and rectify that. I'm just going to get info, delete the artwork on it, cleared the Stone Roses of its wrong album art,
Okay.
and I'm going to go to cover art now. It's actually going to do an automatic search.
So it says searching for albums that are missing cover art.
That's right. And it'll take a few minutes, I'm sure, because it's a giant library.
Does it not just do by selection? Is there a way you can pause it and just do selected?
But actually, that's a good point. In future versions of TuneUp, maybe they will allow you to select albums that are missing cover art instead of doing the whole library.
Right.
You know, you don't want to have to do this every time, or have an option to do one or the other. I would like to see that. So if TuneUp is listening, which they definitely are because they listen actually, yeah, that would be good, having an option for all albums or specific.
When are you gonna cut your hair?
I don't know, when do you want to cut my hair?
Why don't I do it now while we wait for this? Got another half an hour.
So after a haircut, thank you.
You're welcome. Much better.
Okay, where were we? Stone Roses.
Yes. So, okay. So where are we at with this?
And now they've already looked up Stone Roses.
Right.
Now this is interesting because it gives you a few different choices. This is the best of. This is the One Love, which is kind of the complete Stone Roses. But this is the one we want because this is the original.
And you know that's the original album that you have on there?
I know that because
Okay.
I'm a nerd. I'm going to save that album. Here's some others that I know. I know I have the Sonics album, so I'll just save that one. Behind me is all the physical albums that I have
Right.
in the iTunes, so I know for a fact what most of these covers look like.
So it pulls up all the album covers you were missing
Yep.
for the songs.
Right.
Okay.
And it's good because you can actually go through and make sure it's the right thing and save it.
And what's another feature?
This one, I have no idea what this one is. This is T Universe. I think if I just throw this song, I'm gonna have to be playing it. Oops.
Like Sneaker Pimps.
So whatever I'm playing, look at this. It'll pull up the bio, recommendations.
Oh, very good. And then other recommendations. So it's saying Lady Gaga, Mazzy Star.
That makes
And when you
sense.
scroll down further, it does have Google News, tickets, the merchandise.
And then stuff on eBay listed.
Right.
And then here's the video we can just watch right here.
Just very cool.
I want to see if it works for other things. I like Sandra Lerche.
Try him out.
Let's try him out.
Forcing my way out of sleep, I inhale the smell of spring and breeze.
And it actually is very specific to the song itself. How about the makeup?
Sure.
Something a little harder. Let's see what we have. Nothing really, except we do get the video.
Very cool.
This last tab here, the concert listings,
Mm-hmm.
has absolutely everything that's coming to town right now within the next couple of calendar months. So.
Well, which is very cool. It actually has the artist, it does it by date, not
Right.
by alphabetical.
Right.
So it starts May 19th, and yeah, it looks like it goes to the end of May and into June.
So anyway, that's TuneUp. So I'd say, like, I don't know. I want to give it 100%, but for clean, I really want it to be better, and I think it will be better after time. If I'm gonna give it an out of 10 rating, I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. Cover art, I think works really, really well. I think that gets a full 10 out of 10. And then Tooniverse was awesome. It's actually probably my favorite feature on this thing. If you're exploring your music, well, it's nice to have another tab that brings all those other elements in. And the concerts, yeah.
No, the concerts was really good because I usually go on Ticketmaster, and then you have to search within certain dates, and usually you only have up to the next 30 days. This has it really clear. It's really just easy to scroll through. Yeah, I would agree with all your reviews. Clean, cover art, and Tooniverse as well.
One thing I'm wondering, though, is if you use the Analyze feature with the big brain.
Yes.
I wonder if you use that more often, whether that changes the algorithm, whether it teaches it. Like, I don't know if TuneUp learns, but
But I think it's a pretty cool program to have, especially if you have something like your kind of iTunes.
but for $30, I can't think of anything that would be better.